Okay, let's be real. Our world is so noisy, right? It's buzzing all the time, and finding even a second of real, genuine quiet feels, well, it feels almost impossible. But what if I told you that in that quiet, in that stillness, there's a kind of superpower? Something that can change not just how you feel, but how your brain actually works? Well, that's what we're going to dive into today, the neuroscience of stillness. So think about this for a second. What if the most powerful spiritual practice has no words at all? We think of mantras, we think of chants, but what if the real magic is just silence? So many of us are taught that to find that deep sense of connection, we need to use sound. We use prayers or affirmations, or we repeat things over and over. And those are powerful. But what if the deepest truths aren't something you hear with your ears? What if there's something you feel in that quiet stillness that's always waiting underneath everything else? Okay, so let's break this down. You've got kind of two main paths here. On one side, you have sound-based practices. Think mantras, chants, prayers. These are all about giving your mind a job to do, right? It guides your focus outward. But then you have silent practice, which is the complete opposite. It's about turning the mind inward. It's about creating a space where awareness can just be without anything pulling at it. All right, so this is where it gets really, really cool. What is actually going on in your brain when you just sit in silence? This isn't some woo-woo philosophical thing. Nope. It is a real, measurable event happening in your neurology. Science is showing us that silence is anything but passive. It's actually a powerhouse for your brain. Okay, so to understand this, we need to meet the main character in this story. It's called the default mode network, or the DMN for short. Now, think of the DMN as your brain's built-in screensaver. When you're not focused on an email or a conversation, bam, this thing kicks in. It's that mental loop, that endless internal chatter that just seems to run on its own. So what's the DMN's job exactly? Well, it's pretty busy. This is the part of your brain that loves to overthink things. It's what's replaying that awkward conversation from yesterday over and over again. It's what's spinning out worries about tomorrow. Yeah, anxiety tends to hang out here a lot. And maybe most importantly, it's the part of the brain that's constantly building and rebuilding our story of who we are, our sense of me. But here's the amazing part. When we practice being silent, something truly remarkable happens. That super busy default mode network, it starts to quiet down. And as that internal noise just fades away, our brainwaves literally physically shift. They move into what are called alpha and theta waves. And these are the brain states that scientists link directly to clarity, to feeling balanced, and to that deep, deep sense of peace. So that leads to a pretty incredible question, doesn't it? When that constant mental chatter, that DMN loop, finally fades into the background, what happens then? What does your brain even do with all that quiet, empty space? Well, it turns out other parts of the brain get their chance to shine. Your prefrontal cortex, that's the bit responsible for focus and high-level awareness, it actually gets more active. That's where that feeling of transcendence comes from, that sense of going beyond your everyday self. At the very same time, your limbic system, which is like your emotional control center, gets stimulated in a really positive way, creating those feelings of deep peace and connection that feel, well, pretty sacred. Okay, so enough with the brain scans and the fancy terms for a minute. Let's talk about you. We've gone over the science, the mechanics of it all, but what does this actually feel like? When you're sitting there, what is the real, lived experience of inner silence? I think this quote just nails it. In silence, you stop trying to reach something and start noticing what's already here. See, that's the whole game. It's not about trying to get somewhere or achieve some special state. All that effort, all that striving, it just falls away. And instead, you just start to notice. You notice this quiet, aware presence that, guess what? It was there the whole time. And as your mind starts to soften, people often report these really tangible physical sensations. It might be a feeling of warmth that spreads through your chest or your hands, or this sense of expansion, like you're bigger than your own body. Or maybe it's just a deep, quiet presence that feels so incredibly peaceful. It's that feeling where the part of you that's always searching can finally just rest. And all that's left is just simple, easy awareness. And I really want to stress this point. These feelings are not just you imagining things. They're not make-believe. They are actual, physical, and neurological signs that your thinking mind, your DMN, has decided to take a back seat for a bit. It's a sign that you're letting pure consciousness take the wheel for a change. So we've talked about the why, we've talked about the science behind it, but now let's pull this out of the world of ideas and into your direct experience. Let's try a super simple practice that you can start, well, right now. Honestly, it couldn't be any easier. Step 1, just get comfortable wherever you are and gently close your eyes. Step 2, just notice your breath. That's it. You don't have to control it or change it, just notice it's there. Step 3, and this is the most important part, thoughts are gonna pop up. They just will. Don't fight them, just let them float on by, like clouds. And finally, step 4, you come back to the silence not by trying really hard, but just by allowing, just letting it be there. So, you know what, let's actually experience this together, just for a moment, right here. Right before we finish up, let's just take one single silent breath together. Ready? You feel that? That little moment of just allowing, that quiet space you can find right between your thoughts? That right there is where the divine begins.